A recent event that left people utterly baffled has been confirmed, and it's truly terrifying. Astronomers have experimentally confirmed that vacuum decay is real and could happen at any moment. This means the entire universe could instantly evaporate and collapse at any time, ultimately turning into a kind of sand made up of fundamental particles. Of course, this also includes the fundamental particles that make up the human body. Can you handle that? But what I'm about to talk about next is even more frightening. Once the rift caused by vacuum decay grows larger, everything in the universe will be consumed by vacuum decay. At this point, you might be asking, what exactly is vacuum decay? And why do people say it could happen at any moment? First, you need to know a basic fact of physics. To make it easier to understand, let me use an analogy. Imagine there's a rock on the edge of a cliff. Because of gravitational potential energy, its state is very unstable. Just a slight push is enough to send it tumbling into the abyss. But if the rock doesn't fall all the way to the bottom of the abyss, and instead gets stuck halfway down the cliff, its state is still unstable. As long as it receives enough additional energy, it will continue to roll downward until it finally reaches the ground, coming to rest at a point where its potential energy is truly zero, and only then can it lie there permanently. If you can understand the explanations above, let's move on to vacuum decay. Scientists believe that the universe we humans inhabit exists within various energy fields. This means that what we have always referred to as the vacuum of the universe is actually not a true vacuum in the strictest sense, but rather a false vacuum. In other words, the current state of the universe is not the most stable state. It can still move toward a truly stable vacuum state. It's just like the example of the rock on the cliff mentioned earlier. So, how much extra energy would be required to trigger vacuum decay in the universe? With our current level of technology, it's impossible for humans to achieve this. But the problem is, all matter in the universe is made up of fundamental particles, and the states and positions of these fundamental particles are inherently uncertain. In other words, this uncertainty could at any moment cause a particle to transition directly from a false vacuum to a true vacuum, thereby triggering a butterfly effect. The consequences, as you can imagine, would be catastrophic.